my name is Michael. I'm running the Boardgames Chronicle blog, and today I would have a pleasure of presenting to you Lanzerath Ridge. This is the fourth game in a Valiant Defense series from David Thompson and published by DVG. For those of you who have not played in the games in this series, a short introduction. This series allows you to play really truly amazing stories of courage where small forces are holding the line against unimaginable odds. The key features of those games are the following. First of all, they are solitary and have let's say cooperative or confrontational mode, but mainly they are solitary. They take about an hour to play, I would say, and the low complexity of rules means that you can start playing them almost immediately. What is very important for me as a wargamer and a fan of history is that they are deeply rooted in the historical context. One more thing to add, they focus on individuals. So in those games you will see the actual persons, people who were part of those feats. Now, regarding the Lanzerath Ridge and the story which is behind it, a very short introduction also. So the Battle of Lanzerath Ridge was fought in December 1944, actually on the 16th of December. It was the first day of the Battle of the Bulge. It was near the village of Lanzerath in Belgium. It was one of the key routes for the German advance. And the defenders were consisting of only 18 men from the infantry regiments and 4 forward artillery observers. And they were facing a battalion of about, I think, 500 people, 500 German soldiers, plus some additional units. And during the day-long confrontation, they inflicted a lot of casualties on the attackers, but what is more, and this was the most important achievement, they delayed the whole 1st SS Panzer Division, which was moving forward for Ardennes towards the Antwerp for the whole one day. So it was a really true feat of valor. Okay, that will be all for the introduction of the game and also for the series and historical background. Let us see what you have now. First of all, I was privileged to be playtester for this game, and what you see is the tabletop simulator module we were using for the tests. When we were using this, the graphics were not so fantastic like they are now. Truly, I cannot wait to see the game when it will be published, when it will be printed. This is so beautiful, and this is completely new touch to the Valiant Defense series and the way those games are depicted. What I'm going to do is, in today's video, run you through the first attack period of the game, do some introduction of the key mechanics, how the game plays, what are the victory conditions and so on, and also show you with the actual play how the things cooperate with one another. Okay, so a couple of words about how it plays. First of all, just like in other Valiant Defense series games, we'll be playing through the decks of cards. You can see it here. We would have like 4 attack periods, which will correspond roughly to what was happening in the reality. As you can see, we have like 24 and then 27 cards. And each turn will consist of 2 phases. First of all, the German phase. They will play 3 cards, and then the defenders will be able to perform 5 actions. If we say 3 cards, that means around 8 turns in the attack period 1 and 9 turns in attack period 2, 3 and 4. However, there are some actions by defenders, mainly using the artillery, which can decrease the number of cards in the German deck and speed up the end of the assault. When the game ends, first of all, when the defender's morale drops to 0, so then they will automatically lose. When they lose a morale, when a defender becomes a casualty, or when the end of the attack phase, there are any defenders which are disrupted, and for each disrupted defender, they lose 1 point. The game also ends at the end of the 4th attack phase, when there are no more German cards to be played. We play the last round for the defenders, and we then calculate the points. But I will get to this later on. I was thinking about going through the actions for the both sides here in this introduction, but I decided that it's better to show you during the actual play, which will be probably much more interesting for you. So without further ado, let us jump now to the attack phase 1 and start with the German phase. As a first step, let me just reshuffle the cards, and we'll start playing them, and I will be explaining one by one how they are played. So yeah, let's take a card, let's flip it. We have Assault, we have a Rifleman, which will be placed on the spaces from 1 to 6. You can see the spaces 1 to 6 correspond to the defender spaces, which are here. So we roll 1, 6 die roll. Let me do it now. And we see that the Rifleman will go towards the defender position 5 here, and he will be going here. So we have a Rifleman, he goes here, and he pushes forward other attackers, something similar to what you've seen in Pavlov's house, in Castle Eater, or recently in Soldiers in Postman uniforms. We draw now the second card, and we have MG. We place or activate. We don't have any MG on the map, so we'll be placing on the spot B. Spot B is here. And where is the MG for B? It's here. Should we draw this card when it's already here? It will fire. And you see it will fire at position 3 when we roll 1 3, and at position 4 when we roll 4 to 6. Unlike in Soldiers in Postman uniforms, you do not emplace the MG, so it always have a 1 die. Now the third card, and we get another Rifleman, and we once more roll. And it goes towards the position 1. 1 is here, so the Rifleman will be pushing those guys forward. You can see that there are some barriers on the approach here. And how do they work? The Riflemen and other units cannot cross this space unless there is at least 3 units here, which are accumulating here. Only when the 3 units are here, they can move past this obstacle, and we remove it then. And the second circumstance when this can be bypassed or simply removed is when there is a leader on the track. He simply encourages them to move forward. Okay, so we draw 3 cards. We have now the phase 4 defenders. You can see that the defenders are in a couple of colors. First of all, the, let's say, golden color for the platoon A, the blue color for platoon B, and the green color, which is for the forward observers. You have also 2 universal units, 2 universal leaders, commanders, Bogue and Slape. They are universal because they can inspire, I will talk about it in a moment, or command all units regardless of platoon. We would have also some weapons in Lanzerath Ridge. The rifles and the machine gun fire is critical to the success of defenders. We would have also some vehicles that can help with the intelligence gathering, like radio, like with bringing the artillery, or simply we have a machine gun emplaced here. So what we shall do before we start firing at those enemies, they are closing on us, but they are not too close. We need to start planning forward. First of all, I would like to have somebody who will start calling the artillery. So I will activate one of those guys and move him toward the artillery. And now, important note, let me move the action tokens here. The move action, which allows you to place the token, the defender, in an adjacent space, does not exhaust it. Reposition, which allows you to move anywhere on the map to the defender positions, actually exhausts the defender. So this is a really interesting mechanic which was introduced here. So this is the first thing which I will do. The second thing which I will do, I will send the James here to take this machine gun. We'll need him, and I would like him placed somewhere over here rather than at the top of the hill. Why? Let me tell you now how the line of sight in this game works. It uses colors. So for example, if you have this brown space here, it sees all the spaces, enemy spaces, which has this brown color. So for example, Slape sees all these spaces here, and to the left you have the defense value of those space. So if enemy is here, its defense value is 6. Now when you look at the defenders, you see that they have some weapons. Slape has, for example, 2d6. That means that he has a gun which, when used, you roll 2 dice up to 6. Milosevic has, for example, 1 die up to 8, but this Emplace MG gun has D10, so you roll up to 10. And in order to remove the enemy, you need to roll his defense value or higher. So with Slape and 2d6, it's kind of difficult. Yeah, you need to roll at least 1 6. With this MG gun, you need to roll 6 up to 10. It's much easier, like 50% chance. We'll be using this. You will see how it works. So this was the first move which we did. For time being, we probably need to shoot some of those approaching enemies here or here, and it's always a good idea to get rid of MG. But first things first, I think we'll try to fire at this Rifleman. Here where do we have some inspiring defenders? Here we have Dustman. Dustman, it's inspiring, and he can inspire only the platoon A. You can see that he has the star. So that means that if, for example, McConnell fires, he rolls 2 dice, not 1, against enemy. And that's what we'll do. It will exhaust him. Attack exhausts our defenders. He rolls 2 dice against this Rifleman, and those 2 dice are D8s. And we need at least 1 4. D8s are here. Yes, both hit, so this Rifleman is removed. So this was first fire. Where do we have another good space to fire? I think I would move Adams here, so he can use the Dustman bonus of inspiration. That seems like a good plan. And I will start moving Bog to the left. I think we have too many leaders here. I need him here, so he can potentially help his buddies, with the situation over there. And this is the 5 actions, as you can see. That ends our turn. Just let me move them here. Okay, and we go to the German phase. We draw another 3 cards. We have another Rifleman, so we roll for him. Toward 4. Toward 4 is here, so he jumps over there. We need to start getting rid of him, and for this we will be using the machine gun fire. I think next turn there will be time to start using this. But first thing first, Germans approaching. We will place leader on the 4, which is not good. As I told you, the barriers here will only keep the enemies when there is no leader, yeah, or when there is less than 3. So what happens now? They move here. We take it out. So they go through this. We rolled, I think. Sorry, let me just change it. 4. So we go into the direction 4. Not good. We also lose the game whenever there is the enemy token in our defense space at the end of our turn. Let's see. What is next? We place or activate MGA. Okay, we just place him, and that would be all 6 cards. Yeah. I would not say this is nice, but that's what it is. Okay, in our turn we need to get rid of some of the enemies, and I think it will be good time to show you how the adjust fire, if I remember correctly. Yes, this was the adjust fire action works. First of all, in order to do the adjust fire, you need to be in the space with the MG gun, and you need to have a denomination M, like Milosevic. It will exhaust him. Yeah. And during the adjust fire, we make 1 or more attacks using a weapon counter, and we spend an ammunition. If you look at M1919, it's where is it? Here. It's here. We have loaded 5 ammunitions, and we'll be firing with them. And we make we can make as many attacks as we want using this ammunition, but subsequent attacks will add 1 to the target defense value. And also, if we use more than 3 ammunitions, it can overheat. Okay, I will use, of course, the slave bonus. He inspires Milosevic, and we first of all using 1 ammo, and we'll fire at those guys here. Important thing, we are going through this border, which means that if you fire from here to here, the defender has +1 to his defense. But we really need to get rid of this enemy. What do we roll? We roll 2 dice, D10, and need to roll 4 or more. Let us see how it goes. Yep, 2 hits. And now it goes here. I think we'll be firing further. We'll use 1 more ammunition. Okay, and we'll fire now at those guys. We fire. First of all, they have defense 4 +1 because of the second adjust fire, so 5. And we again have to die. Yep, they are hit. Good for us. We'll fire 3rd time, but I will probably not fire 4th time. I don't want to overheat it. And whom shall we target? We could potentially target those guys, but they would have +2 because it is our 3rd fire and going through the barrier, so 9 or more. That's too much, most probably. So it's better probably to target those guys here. So this is 5 +2 because it is our 3rd fire, so from 7 up we will hit 9. Yep, so we got them. That was a good use of adjust fire and the ammunition. The enemies were significantly reduced. Now, what we would like to do next, I think we went for this gun not without the reason. So we will dismount it. We flip it. Actually, I think I need to use another counter. This is M2. This is M2. Okay. So I need to use this counter. Sorry for this, yeah. And yeah, so this was again action which does not exhaust the defender. The next turn we will move this gun here and then emplace it. It takes some time, I know, but it's worth it, yeah, truly worth it. The third action would be moving that guy to call the artillery. And probably we should start firing at some of enemies here. We'll have a problem with this MG, that's for sure. We don't have a really good guys to fire. We would need to move this MG, but it takes too much time. So most probably what we'll do, we'll fire with Adams, who was moved here so he can use the Dustman bonus, and we'll fire at those guys here. They have 5 to the 8, yeah. He had D8. 5, yes, we just got him. It was not the best roll. And we have one more action. Yeah, we'll move Bog, one more space. So he's in the middle of the action, and he can also inspire. That's our 5 actions. Let's see what the Germans are having in hand for us. Okay, so another 6 cards. So this will be Grenadier, I think, and you see he has value of 3. These values are only used when they reach the defender positions and when there is a close combat fight. For now it's not so important. So here he is, and we roll this 6-side dice. 3 is here, so he pushes that track. Definitely we need some more units here. Second card, place at 2. Leader, we place a leader at 2. 2 is here, so this is actually a good draw. We just removed 1 unit here. And the third card would be 1 more Rifleman. Okay, and we roll a die for his placement. 6. So he goes toward this position. Very good. Things are getting difficult here. Now I would like to draw your attention to those elements. We have a booby traps here. They are one time, but whenever a token tries to move through this position, it will kill the token, but it will be permanently removed from the game. Those barriers will be rebuilt each and every attack period, but not the booby traps. So what we'll be doing now? First of all, we'll be calling artillery. That means we'll be using the minor action radio artillery when we place 1 radio token on artillery jeep. And our artillery power, it is here. It will take some time to place enough, but it will be worth it, believe me. Now let's look at the situation in the center. First of all, we move James, of course, with this MG here. That was the plan from the beginning. Now we should probably fire with those guys here, even with this penalty for crossing, yeah, that part. They will have bonus for bow. So what gun we have? D8, D8. This is completely fine. So we flip this guy and he rolls versus this enemy 2 D8. D8, so we have here. Of course it's hit. It was a defense of 4. Now this guy will also fire. And we'll fire here. The defense is 5. 2d8. 5. Yeah, we just got hit. Just got him. Oh, it's a little better now. We still have one more action. I think I will move Dustman here. You see what will I do in the future? He will roll with inspiration. That's Kreger. And then Bog could potentially unexhaust those 3 guys. That could be a good idea. Okay, we move further. I hope to use this gun soon too. We move further. Another 3 cards for Germans. Leader at position 5. Position 5 is here, so he push those guys. Will definitely would need to get rid of those guys. Now we have leader at number 1. Number 1 is here. That would be hard to stop. But let's see. You never know. I am more concerned about MGs. Okay, and submachine gunner goes to one of those 6 places. Let me roll. 5. Well, he goes towards this position, and of course, because we have a leader, this barrier is being removed. He jumps here. He jumps here. He jumps here. And here. Okay. We still have like 12 cards. We played 12 cards. Let me remove those action tokens. We'll leave this token here because we really want this artillery to hit. I think we would need like 3. By the way, guys, sorry, I should not move this defender. He has A, not RA. That guy should come here. That was just me overlooking the attributes. RA means radio artillery, he can call it, and A means assist, he can unexhaust friend. Yeah. Good. So we have 2 artilleries here. Now, this situation calls for some reaction. What we can do here, we can use James to fire this M19. It has only 2 ammunitions, unfortunately, but it's still pretty decent amount of fire. So we will do it. We'll exhaust him. We'll fire twice. We'll use 2 ammunitions. Okay, and now we'll fire at this guy, and at, I think we can fire at leader 2, but that's not so critical. So this will be that one has defense 3, that has defense 4. In our first fire will not have any penalty, but in second fire we'll have. So we will first fire here, he defends with 4, and then we will fire here, he defends also with 4. And we roll D10. D10 is here, so we roll twice. First guy killed, second guy killed. So both of them goes down. We rolled 2 die because Slave was inspiring them. But we'll do a trick now. We'll do the action with Slave. If he had an action on him, he would not be able to inspire. We'll do a minor action and we reload this big gun up to 5. Or we can potentially emplace the M2. You know what? I will not reload. I will emplace it, and emplacement is also minor action, so it's not using exhausting the unit. Yeah, it's better to emplace him. Good. So we have it nicely done. What else? So we have still 2 actions, and let's see. They can breach this pretty quickly. So we planned to fire with Krieger. I think we would need to try to take down some of those MGs too someday soon. Definitely. Too many things, not enough actions, not enough defenders. Standard thing, yeah. So I think he will fire at the fireman, or rifleman, sorry, rifleman. It's defense 4. I will not be risking firing at MG yet. We could take down the MG. Maybe we should. And with one more action, what we can do? Okay, I think I will move. I will move Queen so he can unexhaust this guy next turn. Yeah, that will end our turn. Okay, MGs, I know you are somewhere there, and you will come. First of all, MG on the position C, so not yet, not yet. Now we have Rifleman, and we roll a die. 1, so he goes into this direction. Just removed 1 there. As you can see, the first phase of attack is a straightforward headlong attack through the center of the defenders. When it starts on the flanks, the things will get really, really nasty. 1 more card, and we have Grenadier, and we place somewhere between 1 and 6 Grenadiers are here. Maybe not 1, please. Of course. 1 or 2 is here. So this is removed because we have leaders. It goes toward the direction 2. Maybe I should have moved this MG here. Now I see it, but maybe it's too late. Yeah, this MG being here would have line of sight to both sides. Yeah. Okay. Now, our defenders. What should they do? Of course, we would like to have 1 more artillery. We'll use it next turn. Now, here the situation is more or less stable. Here is dangerous. So we need to take care of this dangerous situation. I think it's time to use Bog, and he will do the command action. In Lanzerath Ridge, once you have exhausted the defender with a command special attribute, you cannot unexhaust him until the end of this attack turn. This is painful, but that also represents difficulties in this how they commanded the situation. On the other hand, those 3 guys whom I just flipped can immediately do the actions, and this is exactly what Krieger will do. He will fire. He will be again exhausted, of course, because of this. He will fire here. This is, and he's inspired, yeah, by a Dustman, and he will fire 2 die and hits on 3. Close, but he made it. Okay, what else can we do? I will move Dustman here now. You see, the sequence is really important. So we were able to fire here with inspiration. Now, because Dustman next turn will be here, those two guys, Ford and Bask, will be able also to fire with inspiration. One more possibility for action. Important. You can have maximum 4 defenders, so this is maximum what can stand here. What shall we do? What shall we do with this one action? Is it time? Probably it's time for Slape also to flip. We would like to take this machine gun down and this machine gun down using this fantastic weapons. So he also does the command, which allows us to flip James and Milosevic. Pity there is no third one. Maybe I should place and move this previously. I didn't. So now we move to the next turn of the Germans. They activate MG at the position A, and now the position A is occupied, so there will be fire. First of all, we roll a die, 1, 3, they will fire at the position 1, and on 4, 6, they will roll at the position 2. So this one, so I think we fired position 1, which is better, less people. And how do we resolve the fire? MG is rolling against each and every defender in this space with one die, one 6-sided die, and we look at the morale or valor of a defender. You see 2, 5. If the roll is equal or higher, the defender will be disrupted. If he was already disrupted, he would be killed. So yeah, we roll for queen. Only roll of 1 saves us. Oh my goodness, we just rolled 1, and we now roll for the second defender. 5 or 6 will disrupt him. One more 1. We are very lucky, so they managed to withstood the attack of enemy. Now the next card is MG42. C. Now C will be firing here or here. Let us hope they will fire at position 6. So yeah, for 6 it will be position 6. Nope, they fire here, and this is really bad for us. We have pretty good guys here, yeah, 6, 6, 6, but still it can get ugly. So Milosevic, James, and the commander. Only 6 hits. Oh, sorry, 4. 5, closer. 2. Okay, all of them are fine. We were close to be hit, but not yet. And we place the leader on the position towards position 6, so toward this position. Yes, let me take the leader. He is here. Okay. And that would be all for the attackers. So we still have 6 cards. And now I will show you guys how the major artillery action works. So what we'll do first of all, we'll use Springer, we'll exhaust him, and we'll use major action ready artillery. We'll discard all those tokens. We accumulated 3 of them, and we roll a d6 for each radio token that we discarded, and if at least 1, 5 or 6 is rolled, we remove 3 top cards from the enemy deck. If the jeep is damaged, so in this state, it could happen due to the mortar attack, we would need to roll a 6. So 3 die. I think we need to clone it. Yeah. Okay. And we need at least 1, 5 or 6. Let us roll. we have it. So we remove the first 3 cards. Okay. And we are left only with the 3 cards, so we should survive. What do we have here and what options do we have now? I think what we would like to do is try to remove some of those MGs. They are really nasty because while the attackers, the normal tokens of the attackers will be reshuffled and refreshed every attack turn, the MGs will stay. So we'll try to get rid of them. Fort will fire 2d8 and he hits and 7 and 8. Let's see if he manages. Ah, yes! MG goes down. Sorry guys, the closer to the end of the game, the more emotions you will see. Now, shall we try with those MGs and without inspiration? We probably should. We will use this gun, M2, and Milosevic will fire, and will probably adjust some fire. So he fires against this MG gun. He fires 1 ammunition of M2. M2 is here. We remove ammunition here. I think we remove ammunition from game, but I need to check. I don't have it handy. And we roll 1 d12 and we hit on 7 or higher. Let's hope for the good roll. Yeah, 11. It's kind of a preparation for a second phase of attack. So we have 2 actions done, 3 actions done. Shall we fire further? Because it was just fire. I think we will. We'll fire now against this, and we'll use 1 more ammunition. And just fire allows you to fire as many times as you want, but remember, each next fire gives the defender +1. So now we have a situation when he has 7 defense, +1 for crossing this border, and +1 because this is our second fire. So they have 9. We need 9 to 12. It's possible, but not so much probable. No, it's 3, so we would anyhow not hit. This will be all. No, I will use 1 more ammunition to try to get rid of this nasty MG. Now I hit on 10, 11, 12 because he has 7 +1 for this barrier. Yeah, it's simply we are firing into the far end of the slope, and +2 because this is the third adjust fire. Previously it would be enough, but not now. Okay, I think that's all for Milosevic, but we can still think about other defenders. We would need to get rid of some of those guys so they do not enter accidentally with the 3 moves here. So firing at the leader, it's 4, and this will be with a Dustman inspiration 2d8. 6 and 7, so yeah, we got him. And possibly we should still either try to get rid of this MG or try to fire here. No, I will not do it. I will try a lucky shot. I will roll with Fancher. He will roll against the MG. 1d8, 7, 8. He hits. Nope, we didn't fire. Well, so now the last turn for the Germans. We place leader on 3. 3 is here, so he moves forward. Here I have a leader. Okay. What do we have? MG. We place or activate the MG here. We just place it here. And the last card would be exactly that MG firing at us at position 1 or 2. So we roll a die. 4. 4 is position 2, so he's firing here. And now we have 1d6 just to check if they survive or not. So from the left, nope, he is hit. And that one is safe. So we would have a first disruption and our turn. Remember, if we have a disrupted unit at the end of the attack phase, we lose 1 morale. So we will of course use the action, minor action, recover, where we can remove disrupted token from a defender. But we cannot flip from exhausted to unexhausted. So this is the first action which we will do. Let me just gather those tokens again. This was my spot for them. What else shall we do? We should try to target those MGs, yeah? This is something we should do now at all costs. First of all, we will fire at this MG. This is 7, and we can use M19. Here he is. Not much ammunition, so probably I will preserve it. We'll roll D8 with both of those guys. Let me just exhaust 1, because maybe he will hit. Okay, 1d8. D8s we have here. 7, 8. Nope. So we roll, of course, with the second guy against this MG. Nope. So no luck here. 2 more fires. Dustman will fire. But yeah, the problem is that they hit only on 8, which is poor chances. But here, no, he does not have the line of sight. Yep, we need to try it anyhow. Maybe we'll got lucky. Roll. We need 8. Nope. And James will fire using 1 ammunition from M2. Yeah, so he will do adjust fire. D12. So the defense is 8. So we roll D12. It's 2. We'll use 1 more ammunition. We are committed. So now the defense is 7 plus 1 plus 1. It's 9. Let me use this die. This is 12. Okay, I think we should preserve the rest of ammunition. So that concludes the attack period 1. Thank you for watching, thank you for being with me. At the time when I'm recording this video, the game is just before the Kickstarter start. I hope this presentation will help your decision, hopefully positive, to back this project, back this campaign. I found this game really interesting, very thematic, definitely very thematic, beautiful, and believe me, difficult. We just went through the first easiest wave. The next waves will be much more difficult, and if you would like to spice up the game, there will be a lot of variants, not only tactics card, which you know from the other Valiant Defense series on the veteran and elite level, but also some setup changes. Hopefully I will have time to record also other attack phases, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. I cannot promise, I hope to, but for now, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please put them into the comments behind this video. Also, if you like the channel and the work I'm doing, please subscribe so you can get the notification about the most fresh content anytime. Thank you once again, and hear from you soon, probably and most possibly in the 2nd part of Lanzerath Ridge. Thank you, bye.